Welcome to this video. Action Plan for Existence. Agroforests are key and become ever more biodiverse and carbon sequestering. These agroforests can still be found in the Amazon forest, still presenting extreme soil fertility and productivity. They were built by Amerinds several thousands of years ago. They and their extreme biodiversity are the left marks of a past when we humans were a kind of guardians of the planet and all of its biodiversity, like in the Amerind myths. Their descendants do not experience brain atrophy that we modern humans experience more and more since we left the Amazon forest. This brain atrophy is the basis for the larger perfect storm that is announcing itself. References and benchmarks of DIPS. Just to refresh some references. WHO declared plague and tuberculosis re-emerging since the early 1990s. All the events presented here fit into this period. Significant plague epidemic in India in 1994, explaining the extra dip in 1994. 2003 plague epidemic in Algeria after 50 years of quiet. 2017 plague epidemic in Madagascar. 2019 plague epidemic in Car. JM. Soon I will present a card at this point in this video that will link to a video where I present and give arguments for the hypothesis and details, including benchmarks of the 7 modern epidemics building up a larger perfect storm that also will reflect in the long term as the turning negative of the life expectancy line as predicted by Kent Thornburg. Figure presenting rising early death amongst the young since 1960, the golden era of antibiotics, coming to its end, but significantly up in the period 1980-2000 and with a spectacular worrying jump in or before 2019. That is at least 1 year before the actual coronavirus affected the world and was officially declared a pandemic in the beginning of 2020. This is not explainable by or because of the actual coronavirus, but symptomatic of something earlier and bigger, since 1980, or even before. 1980 is 43 years ago. Additional or emergency need for antimicrobials, or AM, represent at least part of the venom in the tail of the actual pandemic. What the CDC Deputy Director said, please see some chapters or videos back, or what I suspect, is that the increasing AMR also has to do with the fact that patients with coronavirus received antibiotics, at least for me at JM, for very understandable reasons. In 2020 CDC blamed the actual coronavirus for this loss of progress and loosely links the loss with the fact that patients with coronavirus received antibiotics. Intermezzo. For some this, unintended, loosely linking, could give the impression that health carers did give too much antibiotics, but I trust that what they did was funded on proper experience and with the intention to save lives. Further, I am quite confident that the health carers were able to save more lives from that point on. Today there could exist more alternatives, but at that point in time they had no experience and no access, or could not use these alternatives. So they used what they had access to, and could use back then, and that seems to have been, or included antibiotics. End of intermezzo. Other HO and other sources, like scientists, media, seem to warn of a threat, or of several threats. This is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. The subject of the next video will be WHO warned of more outbreaks from endemic diseases. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I hope to see you in our next video.